I'm graduating from college in a few months, and it's looking like I'm going to be able to go to Cancun on a first-class flight, round trip, for completely free. Today I'm going to show you how to do the same. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Inspired Investors channel, where we share personal finance and real estate information to inspire freedom. I'm Caleb, and today we're going to be talking about the basics of earning credit card reward points so that you can travel the world for free and really do a whole lot of other cool things. So I know a lot of you may have heard of the method where you get credit cards and run up the balance on them, then you never pay them and you file for bankruptcy, but you have a great time. This is not that method. This method can actually be good for your credit and save you a lot of money and potentially earn you a lot of money as well. This method is called churning, and it's defined by the Reddit community as the practice of signing up for credit cards that offer large sign-up bonuses in the form of miles, points, or straight cash back for the purpose of obtaining the bonus before canceling the card. Churning has broadly come to mean simply maximizing credit card and travel rewards. So basically, you open up a credit card with a certain issuer, spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, and they reward you with bonus points, which can be used for things like travel, groceries, stocks, and really pretty much anything else. I know what you're thinking. Caleb, wouldn't applying for all these credit cards be bad for my credit score? And so I'm gonna make a video in the future detailing exactly what goes into your credit score and what factors affect your credit score by, what percentage. For now, let's just agree to apply for one credit card every 3 to 6 months. It's definitely possible to do more than this, but for the sake of simplicity, let's just stick with this rule for now. And lastly, before we get into how to churn, we need to cover some quick vocabulary. So the first thing on our list is subs, and that's an acronym for sign up bonus. This is probably where you'll earn the most points, and it's really just when you open up a credit card, you spend a certain amount of money in the first 3 or 6 months, depending on the issuer, and you're rewarded with a predetermined amount of points. The next word on our list is minimum spend, and this is a place where a lot of people get tripped up. Minimum spend is the smallest amount of money you need to spend to meet your sign-up bonus. The place where people get messed up here is that they spend money that they were not going to spend in the first place just to meet a sign-up bonus, which really defeats the whole purpose of anything, because now you're not traveling for free, you're traveling and also buying things you don't need, which is really bad. The last word we're going to define is reward categories. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory, but these are the categories in which a credit card will reward you a little extra in terms of bonus points when you spend in them. So some cards will give you extra points if you swipe them at a gas station, some at a drugstore, and some, at a wholesale store like Sam's Club or Costco. So if you want to get into churning, the first thing you need to do is establish good credit. And if you're still looking at establishing credit or growing your credit, I have videos on both of those things in the Credit Matters playlist, and I'll link them in the cards and in the description as well. The reason you need good credit to begin churning is, 1, you need to be able to actually get approved for the cards that you're applying for, and 2, I think it speaks to a level of discipline that's necessary to sign up for a card, meet the bonus, and don't spend any extra money in that process. Something to also note here is that there's sort of a hierarchy of cards to apply for. So you want to be sure that you're applying for cards in your tier, which will be based on your credit score. If you want to know more about credit card tiers, I'll link a video from ASKSEBBY in the description. He's a YouTuber who focuses a lot on credit card sign-up bonuses and things like that, and he has a great video, so no need to reproduce that content. The next thing you want to do after you've established some credit is establish a goal. And this is important here because it's very easy to get caught up in just getting points just to get them. It's kind of addicting. And it's also really easy to get into a cycle of spending points on things that you really don't want to spend them on. For me, I started saving points for a Valentine's Day trip, and thanks to COVID, that did not work out. So I am continuing to save points for hopefully a graduation trip this summer, and we'll see if that works out. So this is my goal, but yours might look a little different. I know this video is titled specifically for travel, but credit card points can be used for pretty much anything. So yeah, they can be used for flights, hotels, rental cars, and that type of thing. But they can also be used to buy luxury items, computers, groceries, and even stocks. So the next thing you want to do is choose your bank and start with cards in your tier. When it comes to choosing your bank, It's really a matter of personal preference. I think for most people, you should go with either American Express or Chase, just because their points are valued more than most other issuers, and they're also a lot more flexible in terms of what you can spend them on. No matter what bank you end up going with, I think it's important to stick with them just because there's really no easy way to transfer points from one bank to another. So when you open a card, make sure you have a plan to meet your minimum spend. For me, my last card was a $3,000 minimum spend, and I knew I had some pretty big purchases coming up because it was around the holiday season. So when I got the card, I immediately spent about $2,000 on it, and I had about 3 months to spend the last $1,000. And I ended up running into my friend who was making a big purchase of about $1,000, and I told him I could buy it for him if he would just sell me for it. So in that situation, I ended up only having to spend $2,000 to meet my minimum spend of $3,000. So there are lots of creative ways to meet sign-up bonuses. For me, I've been asking people if I can buy things for them and they can reimburse me. And there's also a service called PLASTIQ, in which you can pay bills, rent, even a mortgage using your credit card, and you'll have to pay a small fee of like 4%. So that's another great way to spend money on things that you are already gonna spend it on and meet these sign-up bonuses. A word of advice here is to be mindful about annual fees. So some credit cards that may earn a lot of bonus points may have a fee of $100 to $500 a year. And in a lot of situations, it can be more than worth it because of the bonus points that you're earning. And it's important to be able to weigh whether or not that's a good decision for you financially, just because the points that you're earning might not be worth the $500 a year that you're paying just to earn them. So be sure you're on the lookout for that when you are applying for cards. The last thing I want to mention about churning is to continue to educate yourself and have fun with it. This is really just a basic intro to how to churn and what churning is, but there's a lot of cool rules, a lot of strategies, and just a lot more to learn about churning. And so if you know of any resources, please share them in the comments. We really want to build a community here. I will share all the resources that I've used to get started in this for myself down in the description, but I am no means an expert on this, and we want to share here. So please go ahead and do that in the comments. As always, if this was helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone else who will find it useful. Also, check us out on Instagram at Inspired Investors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.